I was unable to pay him child support for a child that I was caring for. I was the one taking care of his daily stuff, on top of having to pay a man child support that he's not staying with. You ain't getting shit.
All right, folks, buckle up because this one is messy. We've got a mom, Sherry Hagwood, who is flat out refusing to pay the child support she owes, even though, according to the court, she's behind by over $3,000. Now, before we dive into the hearing itself, let me paint the scene for you. On one side, you've got the father, calm, collected, trying to keep it together in front of the judge. On the other side, Sherry. And let me tell you, this woman is not here to take accountability. She's full of excuses. She interrupts. She twists stories. And before it's all over, she's going to have a full-blown tantrum. But here's where things get interesting. She already lost custody of her kids. That's right. The children don't live with her anymore, yet she's still out here trying to argue she shouldn't pay support. And in her mind, she's the one who's the victim. The judge begins by asking the father a straightforward question. Has the mother made any direct payments for the support of the children?
Has the mother made any direct payments to you for the support of the children?
No, sir.
Do you have any additional information you'd like to offer to the court as it relates to this case?
No extra information. Well, you know what? She did. My son did run away when he was in the summer of before he turned 18, and then he went to go live with his brother. So that would that's what he did, and so he's lived with his brother for I'd say about 7-8 months. I can't remember the exact time. It's been a long time.
It's been a year.
And did you agree during that time frame for the child to live with someone else?
Yeah,
No.
to live with his brother.
No.
Ms. Hagwood, no one's asking you a question right now.
And just to confirm, sir, about how long did the child live with the other sibling?
It's about 7 or 8 months, I believe. I am kind of off. Like I said, it's been a very long time.
Ma'am, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Sherry Ann Baldwin.
I'm sorry, is your last name also Hagwood?
That's my maiden name, and it's Haygood.
Haygood. Okay, thank you, ma'am. As it relates to the child support judgment, the state has calculated that you owe a total of $2,367.20 as of March 31st, 2024. I'm requesting that you pay that back at $150 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, ma'am?
No, sir.
Explain to the court why you're not in agreement to the amount that you owe.
Well, I got a phone call.
And without hesitation, he answers, "No, sir." That's when Sherry tries to jump in, cutting him off, throwing in her version of events. The judge shuts her down quickly. No one's asking you a question right now, ma'am. And right there, you can already feel it. The tension, the attitude, the entitlement. She's squirming in her seat, and you can tell she's not liking how this is going. The court then lays out the numbers. She owes $2,367 in unpaid child support as of March 31st, plus nearly $850 in medical expenses. They offer her a payment plan, $150 a month for support.
February 1st of 2022 from my oldest son, who is, Lewis isn't the father, Dylan Haygood. And he told me that my son Lewis is there. He's been thrown out. And he doesn't know what to do. So I start helping. Lewis comes over here and he's staying with me for a few weeks. He's staying with his brother. And then finally he moves in with me April 1st of 22. And he's been away from his father ever since. Me and his brother's been caring for him, his eyeglasses, his doctor's appointments, getting him to court. I have documentation from the court stating that he was with me and his brother, probation officers that are willing to whatever y'all need them to write up. But I was unable to pay him child support for a child that I was caring for.
And during that time,
That's
thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And during that time frame, when the child started to reside with you, did you petition the court to change the child support to reflect
Yes,
that
sir.
the child was living with you?
Yes, sir. I called y'all immediately and I emailed the court paper that I had stating that he was living with his brother. And then I went and got the lady told me to do this.
Ms. Haygood?
The whatever child support officer I spoke with told me to go file this with the courts, and it's my name is Sherry Ann Baldwin. I am the mother and the child of Luis Mendoza. He has resided with me since April 1st, 2022, and is currently residing in Johnson County, and it's signed and dated.
Again,
And
Ms.
then,
Haggard, Ms.
pardon
Haggard,
me.
the question that was asked is, did you petition the court to change the child support amount? Now, did you file a paperwork stating that the child was living with you? My question was, did you petition the court to request that the child support be changed to reflect that the child was residing with you?
Yes, sir, I did.
What's their case number, ma'am?
Well, I called y'all and told you that he was living with me and not the father. She told me to send in the paperwork that I had, so I did. And then she said she had 190 days to contact the father and that y'all would get a hold of me. And then she said that they froze the funds. And so I don't.
$50 for medical. Sounds pretty fair, right? But Sherry? Oh no, she's not having it. She tells the judge, "No, sir." And here's where her story begins. She claims that since 2022, the child wasn't even living with the father. Instead, she says the child was with her and an older sibling. She insists she paid for everything: eyeglasses, doctor visits, court appearances, clothes, food. And because of that, she says she shouldn't owe a dime to the father. Now listen, on the surface, that might sound like a reasonable argument. But here's the problem. None of it was ever filed with the court. She says she called the Attorney General's office, sent an email, even wrote out a statement. But what she didn't do was the one thing that actually matters: filing a legal motion to change the support order. And folks, this is where the whole case starts unraveling for her, because no matter what she says, no matter how many excuses she piles.
All right, and as it relates to the medical support, ma'am, the state has calculated that you owe a total of $849.32 as of March 31st, 2024, and requesting that you pay that back at $50 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, ma'am?
No, sir.
And could you explain to the court why you're not in agreement to paying that amount?
Because I feel like I was the one caring for his needs. I was the one taking care of his daily stuff, on top of having to pay a man child support that he's not staying with. I don't have extra money like that. I can't be taking him to the eye doctor and to appointments and feeding him and clothing him and paying him his father child support.
And just to confirm, ma'am, when you say that you're paying the father child support for a child that's residing with you, when exactly did you pay those amounts to the father?
I have documentation of every child support payment I ever made, and I have documentation of it.
And ma'am, were
And
you able to review the
pardon?
report that was provided on the screen as it relates to
I
the
couldn't
child
really
support payment?
see. I couldn't really see, but
And
I
would you like for me
stopped
to
paying
for that
after April
April of what year, ma'am?
22. I stopped paying, and that's when I went and got the documentation that he was living with me full time.
All right, we have to understand one thing. The Attorney General's office is not the court. You can ask the AG's office to do a lot of stuff. You can ask them questions. You can ask them to file something for you that might help you, but they're not.
Up, the cold, hard truth is simple. If you don't petition the court to change child support, the payments don't just magically stop, and the judge knows it. At this point, you can feel the judge's patience starting to thin. Sherry keeps repeating herself, insisting she was caring for the child and shouldn't have to pay. The judge cuts her off again and lays it down crystal clear. The Attorney General's office isn't the court. If she didn't file anything in court, then legally, it's like nothing ever happened. And Sherry? She's cornered, but hang on, because this is just the beginning. In part 2, things start heating up. Sherry gets even more defensive, the judge pushes back harder, and she ends up saying something that nearly gets her fined on the spot. You're not going to want to miss this. So now the courtroom tension is through the roof. The judge has already told Sherry point blank.
If you don't file anything with the court, then it's almost like nothing ever happened, because the AG has discretion to do what they like, which means they could file something or they could not file something. They didn't file anything. Separately, what you're supposed to do is file something with the court, and nothing was ever filed with the court. I don't work for the AG's office. The judges in the courthouse don't work for the AG's office. So you can tell me all day long that you talk to the AG's office, but that's not the court's. So I can't modify your order. You were responsible to modify your own order if the AG didn't want to help you, or if you wanted to do it on your own. It's very simple to do, and that hasn't happened. So you owe these arrears. It's a very small amount. You owe the full amounts that are owed. You decided not to make payments. So you owe $2,367.20, payable at $150 a month, and medical support arrears of $849.32, payable at $50 a month. If there's money on hold, then they will try to forward that towards those amounts. And then if there's any remaining balance, then those are the monthly payments. All right, y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
You ain't getting shit. You
Hey,
ain't
good.
getting
You want me to find you in contempt of court? Ms. Haygood, I can fine you $50 for contempt of court for cussing in my court. So please, don't act like a child. We don't need
I
that.
thought I was off. I thought I hit the button. I'm sorry.
Okay, be respectful. All right, y'all can press leave to exit out, please.
If you don't file with the court, it's like nothing ever happened. And yet she keeps circling back, saying she called somebody and she emailed some papers. Folks, this is not how it works. The father is sitting there calm, stone-faced, while Sherry keeps spinning circles. And the judge, you can see he's had enough. He reminds her again, you were responsible to modify your own order. The Attorney General's office doesn't change it for you. You never filed anything with the court, and right then the hammer drops. The judge rules she owes every dime. $23.60 in back support, $849 in medical, locked in. Payments set at $150 a month plus $50 for medical. End of story. But Sherry, she just can't let it go. And here's where it goes completely off the rails. As the hearing is wrapping up, the judge says, that'll be all. You may leave the Zoom. The father thanks the judge. Polite, respectful. And then, in the background, you hear Sherry. She mutters under her breath, thinking she's muted. You ain't getting it. Oh, boy. The judge stops everything. His eyes lock on the screen, and he says, ma'am, do you want me to find you in contempt of court? I can fine you $50 for cussing in my courtroom. Her jaw drops. She tries to backpedal fast. I thought I was muted. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. But it's too late. She's been caught, raw and unfiltered, disrespecting the judge right there in open court. And you could feel the whole courtroom shift. Even on Zoom, it was awkward silence. The judge warns her again to be respectful. The father's friends on the call? You can almost see them smirking, and because that one slip showed exactly who she really was. Now, here's where it gets even more shocking, because this isn't just about money anymore. The way she handled herself in front of the judge tells you everything about why she doesn't have custody, but it gets worse. In Part 3, she finally loses control completely. And what she does in those last moments is both embarrassing and unbelievable.